Before we start this, did you do your back testing? Because I swear, if you didn't do no back testing, I said in the last lesson, I'm gonna be mad if you didn't back test. All right. So I hope you did some back testing. Okay. Now, I realized that obviously we don't know how to enter into positions properly yet. That is absolutely fine. That's what this lesson is here to teach you. Oh my god, don't start stuttering already. Anyway, I'm going to get my phone up. Now this is MetaTrader 4 that I'm using for this example. You would have seen this already. I did open up a MetaTrader 5, I think in our first lesson even. Anyway, this is what it looks like, right? So what we're going to want to do is on the bottom right where it says settings, you're just going to click that. Now at the top, this is a personal account that I have at the moment. Just press this and this is where you're going to be creating an account. Obviously, I have a few accounts down here already at the same time, but we are focusing on opening up our own account right now. At the top right, if you just hit the plus, you can see that there is an option to either log into an existing account, which will be a live account through the broker that you've chosen, Oanda, FXCM, whatever the heck, or you can open a demo account. So what we're going to do, we're going to open a demo account right here. You're just going to click on Meta Quotes Demo, open that up, and from here, basically we're just setting up an account as if we were looking to trade, right? So delete the name, you can call it whatever the heck you want. Of course, I'm just going to use this, I'm going to call it demo, press done, add in your phone number and email. Obviously, I'm not going to show you guys that. Now, on the next step where it says Forex USD, I'm just going to click this and I'm going to press testing. That's going to switch a little bit down there where it says deposit. Leverage, I'm just going to leave at the 1 to 100. I think most prop firms use a 1 to 30, maybe even a 1 to 50 as their leverage. So, you know what, we'll change that to 1 to 50. And then the deposit, we can of course make this whatever amount we so desire, because this is of course a demo account. We are not looking to trade real profits. So for me, I'm just going to leave that at 100,000 Aussie dollars and then back out of that and press register. So register. We don't want to, do I have to put a real name? Is that a thing? Done. Register. Okay. So here we go. So then you're going to get given a login with a password, and under it, it says investor. Basically, both of them are just passwords, right? So a new demo account has been opened successfully. Copy to clipboard. I'm just going to do that and I press done. Now, when you go into settings, you can see at the top, it obviously says my name, and then we have MetaQuotes Demo. This is a demo account. There is no real money going on in this account. Back over on the quotes section, you can see obviously you're going to have a bunch of different pairs set up on your chart, well, set up on your MetaTrader. For me, I'm just going to click this little sort of pen in the top left, and I'm going to delete the pairs that I don't use, obviously being everything except for the GBP USD. Simple as. Yours will probably be on simple, by the way. Yours might look like that. It's the exact same. I just like it on advanced. It's basically just showing some spread and other stuff. It looks a bit cooler, right? Anyway, that's what we want to have set up for our demo account. Now, why am I teaching you how to set up a demo account? Well, because first of all, after you've done your back testing, you now know how to trade your strategy, right? Perfect. That's good. That's what we want to see. But you know how to trade it in simulated price action. That's not real price action. It's not market conditions, right? The market is so different than the simulated price action that you've just been going through in order to do your back testing. So what I want you to do is we're going to open up a demo account like I've just shown you how to do. And then from there, we're just going to be practicing. We're going to jump into the week, whatever week is coming up. You're going to be live trading it, but using our demo account, right? So we're trading live on the markets, but we're entering with demo money. That way we're not risking our own capital in order to then take on our first couple of trades, because that is disheartening, right? No one wants to actually lose their money. First of all, you probably already entered into some trades before you even found this course and then lost a bunch of money and thought, fuck man, I need to learn how to actually do this shit properly. That's what I'm here to teach you. I want you to jump on a demo account and we're going to start here, right? On the demo account, obviously we can jump into our live price action when the market is live. For me, it is the weekend though, so there is no live price action at the moment. As we can see, price is not moving, or on the MetaTrader for that thing. But all you got to do now is click on the pair that you want to look to trade. For me, it's only one pair, so it's very easy. And then I'll hit trade. Okay, you're going to be greeted with a screen that looks like this. I actually have no idea what the deviation thing is. I've never seen that before. That must be new. So ignore that. Now, or maybe it's just on the demo thing. Anyway, all we want to focus on is this little number in the middle. At the moment, it says 0.02, the stop loss section, and the take profit section. Okay, so as I said, when we are looking to enter into a trade, we want to set our stop loss before we even hit buy or sell. Okay, so let's say, for example, we'll jump onto the 1 minute charts here and look where price is at the moment. And let's say that we are looking to take a short from this position, right? For whatever reason, we would get our short position tool, place it wherever, and put our stop loss wherever that's going to go, right? 2 pips above, whatever it may be. And let's say this is our rejection candle to confirm our entry. Obviously, it's a very big candle in this example, but we get a rejection to the downside like so. As I was telling you in the execution video, we want to be paying attention to how many pips we have at the top here, because that will determine our risk that we put in for our lot sizes. Now, how are we determining our lot size as well? Well, there's a little website over here. I actually didn't have it open up, but it is called securities.io. If I can leave links to shit in this like curriculum, then I will. If not, I do apologize, but type this in at the top and it'll take you straight to this page. From this page, what we're going to do, we're going to enter into the system our symbol that we are trading, obviously mine being GBP USD. The deposit currency for my demo account, it is Australian dollar. You can obviously change that to USD if you're trading with USD in the demo, whatever it may be. Now type in your account balance. I put 100,000 in, so that would be my account balance. And then we just adjust this one as well. We're going to make that 2% risk. That is my daily risk. Now we have here where it says stop loss in pips in brackets. I think yours might be set to price at the moment, but basically where it says stop loss price, just click switch to stop loss in pips. Makes it much easier. This is the section where we pay attention to what our stop loss is saying here, an estimated 13 pip stop loss. That is what we're going to be putting in to this section right here, right? Obviously our stop loss 13. Leave everything else. Leave this. Just adjust the risk that we want to be risking. Obviously mine is 2% of my account. That is my risk management plan. Enter in the stop loss. Come down here, hit calculate. You're going to be greeted with a bunch of numbers down here. As we can see, this says lots and then in brackets trade size. This is the lots that we will be entering into this little section of our account right here. So we would change this to 9.64, right? Obviously it's 9.646. We can't actually fit that many digits into the MetaTrader. That is where we are changing our lot size, okay? That will determine how much we are risking. And as we can see, the money at risk is $2,000 on a $100,000 account. 2% of that is, of course, $2,000. That would be my risk. Moving this just for now, and then going back onto here, we can see that, of course, we have our stop loss, which would be this number over here, being that gray point. Hit the little stop loss thing in there. It'll come up with a random bunch of numbers, trying to estimate, guess where you want to put your stop loss. Just change those numbers to the number that you see where our stop loss will be set. So for me, it'll be here at 1.24032. Switch that onto the stop loss, right? Perfect. By doing that first before we even enter into our lot size, because obviously once we get the break of structure, that's when I'm placing my position and then determining my stop loss. We can determine the stop loss before I have to enter into the market, just before we even get a retracement. So put the stop loss in. That way you're not going to accidentally hit buy when you mean to sell. You're not going to accidentally hit sell when you mean to buy, because trust me, it happens. I've done it 3 times. 3 times. Only 3. But once that is in, you can of course adjust the stop loss, not the stop loss, the lot size using this. Calculate our lot size. Let's say price action is moving and we're moving back to 10 pip stop loss. Just hit 10, hit calculate, 12.4, click in that middle button again, 12.4 or 54, I should say. Swipe down, boom. We're ready to go. We are prepared. We are not in the market yet, but we are ready to go. Then obviously for this example, we'd be looking short. You just hit the big red button that says sell. Simple as that. I can't show you what it looks like when you press sell at the moment because we are not in live price action. It's the weekend. I don't think. Let me try. If I press sell, No, it says market's closed, right? So I can't enter into the market. But basically, once you press sell, it'll confirm, it'll fill the price, it'll take you out of this, and it'll take you, it'll take you here, and then just under that line where it says margin level, that's where it'll basically just say, the position that you're in. It'll say GBP USD on the left, and it'll say whatever the floating profit and loss is on the right. There will be an option as well when that is there. You just hold on it. It'll come up with close position, modify position, and a couple other things. If you press modify position, it'll basically take you back. How did we get another pair? Anyway, it'll take you back into this sort of screen. Your stop loss should be there at 24032 for my example. And then take profit. You can set this as well. If you trade the way that I trade, which is with 1 take profit out of 1 to 2, I'll drag that down, find this number here, 1.23656. I'd set that, and then you just press modify. It'll say modify there instead of buy and sell. Actually, no, I think buy and sell stays, but then under it will be a big button saying modify. Press modify, that'll set your take profit so that when the market actually reaches that point, all by itself, you will get taken out of the market at that point, and then happy days. You've either won a trade or you've lost a trade. That's pretty much it in terms of actually entering into a trade. We've got the lot size calculator there. What I like to do, actually, I'll show you this. What I like to do is I like to predetermine all of my lot sizes, and I basically write it out like so. So, of course, I have my pips, 4 all the way down to 30. That will be the sort of range that I normally get my stop loss being set at. It's anywhere from 4 pips down to 30 pips. And then that way I'm just going through the lot size calculator on here, and I'm typing in 10 pips, pressing calculate, switching, adding in whatever that lot size is. That way it's much quicker as well while price is moving, because obviously, as I said, price moves really, really quick when it is live. So you want to be able to move quick. Changing this and pressing calculate and waiting for it to load is a bit of a pain in the ass. Being able to just determine that your lot size is changing and then just typing it in your phone as this shit's going, much, much easier. So I'd definitely recommend adding in like a lot size sort of sheet like this that I have going on, where you can just quickly look over, have it on one screen, have it on half the screen even, look over, find out what the new lot size is going to be, quickly adjust it on your phone, get ready, see if you can actually enter into the market with that. Definitely do this. It definitely helps while we are live trading. I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder, but there's some thunder coming in. So hopefully I don't get a blackout before I finish talking to you guys about this. But basically, now I want to talk about our plans going forward, right? I don't want us to be just looking at prop firms and blowing all our money going into that while we're learning to trade. That is stupid. That is how the prop firms are like begging you guys to trade, because that way they're going to be making money, right? What I want you to do, we set up the demo account for a reason. I want you to trade at least a week on demo just to get used to the price action, get used to adjusting stop losses, lot sizes, setting take profits. Just get used to figuring out MetaTrader, get used to actually entering and seeing a profit or loss moving. Obviously, it's a fake profit and loss, so that way as well, you're not going to be emotionally attached to that money because it's not real. Doesn't matter. I want you to do that for at least a week, right? Your first week trading with the new strategy, after back testing, knowing what you should do a week on demo with live price action, just practicing through that. It is very, very helpful. Then what I would recommend, me personally, well, look, I always hear people getting told you should do demo for like a few months at least and prove that you're profitable on demo before moving into live capital. For me, I just went straight into live capital, but I didn't go stupid. All I did, I put $100 in, right? If you want to do it, you know what, I'm going to say this is how you should do it because it makes sense, right? Obviously, we're going to be trading with real money eventually, so there's going to be emotions with that. That's just how we're wired as humans, is to have an emotional attachment to our money, right? It's stupid, but that's just the way it is. What I would do is I would have a $100 account as your start, then be risking 1% per day, because what's 1% of $100? It's $1. If you're losing $1 per day, it's not going to hurt you financially. It's not going to make you go to bed crying. You won't give a shit about losing $1 a day. That in itself will teach you a lot about emotions within trading, because it'll get you sort of emotionless in terms of the money section, which is of course very important. That's what we're trying to be, is emotionless with the money. And then starting at a low price point like $100 and risking $1 a day, it makes it easy, right? What I would do is with that $100 account, I would trade it for like about 3 months. All right. And I would just see if you're profitable with it or not. Trade for 3 months with a $100 account, risking 1% a day, targeting 2% reward at least, right? That way you'd either be making $2 or losing $1. Come the end of 3 months, you may be up a little bit, all right? We're not at the point where we're trying to flip a $100 account into a $1,000 account. We don't want to be doing that because that's not teaching us anything in terms of risk management, in terms of following our plan, our trading plan, all of that stuff. So 3 months profitability on a $100 account. That's what I would recommend. 1 week demo account just to get used to it, then put $100 in. Because what's $100? Like, you can make $100 in a day just by getting a job. If you don't have $100 to waste in a day, get a fucking job. Like, let's be real. You can go work at Macca's, right? Then, once you've proven that you can make money in that 3 month period with the $100, I would say to then move up to a larger amount with personal capital. For me, I went into $1,000 of my own capital, put that into my account, and I went trading from there. It is actually crazy, like mentally, how that can affect you, right? Obviously, we're going from risking $1 a day to then $1,000 being at 1% risk. That's of course $10, which again, obviously doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have the potential to take 5 losses in a week and then lose $50, it's a little bit different to potentially only losing $5, right, in a week. It is very, very different. Then it'll sort of get you used to seeing like a bigger number on your screen as well, because obviously on the MetaTrader, you're going to be seeing the number that's live when it's fluctuating in the unrealized profit and loss. But I would do $1,000 account. If you're moving into $1,000 account, it may take a little bit to get used to, again, with the mental and all that. Just, you have to focus on trading the exact same way. Follow the plan. Don't adjust anything. There is nothing different just because you have more money in the account. Nothing changes. The markets don't change. The market doesn't see that. They don't give a shit, right? Your account's too little to affect the markets that much anyway. So it doesn't matter for anything by putting in more money. It only matters in the emotional sense, and you got to try and nullify that emotion, right? And then again, 3 months profitability proven with the $1,000 account, you might be making a bit of profit. It might be feeling pretty good, right? Then, only then, after 3 months profitable on the $1,000 account, would I look to then go for prop firm challenges. Now, I talk about prop firm challenges a lot later down in the line, I think in the Black Rose trading tier, in terms of taking on those challenges, the emotional side of it, whatever the heck, right? But by the time you get to that point, you should have been in a few trades with your own capital. And then we can look at prop firms, okay? Prop firms are obviously an amazing way to be building up your capital, but the way prop firms make money is by unprofitable traders taking their challenges. The challenges are set so you can only lose 10% of the account, okay? So if we're trading with a 2% risk like I do, 5 trades in a row, from the start point, you're gone. The account's gone, and you have to start all over. You then have to reinvest the money that it costs to take the challenge. The challenges are hard, and they're set up not to be easy, because otherwise everyone would be making money and the prop firms would be making nothing. The prop firms are just begging the unprofitable traders take their account challenges, trying to pass them just because they see a big dollar amount and they really want to make some money, but they don't actually know how to trade, so they're unable to stay above that 10% buffer, and they draw down, they hit it, they overtrade, they over risk, whatever it may be. The unprofitable traders are the ones paying the prop firms. And then obviously, if you're a proper trader that can make profit and you pass through a prop firm, you're getting money from the other traders, right? I'll go more into that when we talk about prop firms more in depth, but that would be my sort of blueprint, my pathway, my journey that I'd set out, right? Demo account for a week going into the next trading week after this video. I think you can start trading after this video, to be honest. We know how to enter. We have strategy. We've back tested. We're ready. We're good. We're feeling excited. That's good. But just get excited before the market and kill it. Coming into the market, we're not excited. We're just looking for what we need to see, and then we're executing. So demo for the first week after this video, we're getting into trading, right? We're doing it. On demo though, first week after this account, after this lesson. Jesus. Then we're going to jump into a $100 account, risking 1%, see if we can get some 3 months profitability. Obviously, if you don't want to do 3 months and you take out, you do 1 month and you're profitable and you're like very, very confident with it, sure, up the lot size, up the capital that you're putting into it if you want. It's completely up to you, right? I'm not telling you this is exactly how you should do it. I'm just saying this is how I did it, and it just eases you into that sort of feeling of using more of your money. Obviously, it's going to be real money when you're on a personal account. When you're on the prop firm, it's still real money that you've put in to pay for it, but the money that you're seeing on the screen is simulated, kind of like our demo account, right? But I think the main thing that I'm just trying to say is like, take it slow. We're not rushing this. The markets aren't going anywhere. They've been around forever. They're going to stay around forever, okay? They're not going anywhere. They got nowhere to be. It might go up and down. You don't know. There's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. But either way, they're still going to be here, okay? So we can look to trade for as long as we please, yeah? We do not need to rush this shit, especially jumping into prop firms. That's something that should not be rushed. You shouldn't even think about it. I don't think I entered into a prop firm for my first year. My first year trading did not take a prop firm challenge. I basically set out that I wanted to have my first year was all about learning, all about practicing and refining it. And then the year after that, I would then look to get into some prop firms, which is what I did. And look, it worked for me. So maybe it'll work for you. I mean, I'm talking from experience. That's just my experience, though. Obviously, you're going to have your own experience. You're going to have your own feelings around this. That's what I would recommend. I think I've spoken long enough on this topic. I feel like I'm circling around now. But guys, we are now ready to take some trades. I'm excited that we have finally reached this point. It feels pretty good. I mean, it's probably been a lot of hard work for you building up to this point. We're going to be jumping into a lot of psychology stuff after this lesson. So it'll definitely tie in now that we are looking to take some trades, now that we know everything there is in order to be taking trades. The easy part's done, right? Actually learning the strategy, learning the concepts, that's done. You should have done back testing, if not. And then now we're ready to take on the live markets with some demo account or with low capital, because we don't want to blow a lot of money, right? You hear stories of every trader like just blowing tens of thousands of dollars. There's no point in doing that. Like, you're gonna learn how to do it either way. This is a much safer way of doing it, much easier as well. We're not gonna need to blow all of our capital because we're gonna be making it anyway in the near future, right? So let's get ready. Let's jump onto the charts. Psychology stuff is coming up next, so get ready for that as well. That are definitely so important, and you're definitely going to be wanting to listen to that, taking notes, especially on the stuff that I'm going to be saying in there, because it'll just help you in trading. It'll help you in everyday life as well, hopefully. That's my goal, so we'll just have to wait and see.